Trusova wants all the smoke, and she's coming for y'all's neck.
Yes. Scary. Just bite your ankles right off.
Right.
Привет!
Добро пожаловать на это шопа фигурного катания.
Mr. Asher, your Russian is отлично.
Ugh.
Very impressive.
Спасибо.
Welcome to that figure skating show, episode 5.
This week we are live on location at the Rostelecom Cup.
We're in the studio. It wasn't in the budget.
Yeah, it's just, it's good to pretend.
Yes.
Yeah.
We live in a make-believe world.
Let's start with the men.
Yeah, absolutely. It was the first time the Russian men have swept the podium since 1998.
Молодец.
First time this
Молодец.
century.
That's pretty sick.
I mean, like, not since blonde mullets and gladiator programs. It's been a while.
Third was Makar Ignatov. Second, Dmitry Aliev. First, Alexandra Samarin. Although Samarin won, to me, I think he was actually the weakest of the three skaters. He's obviously a very strong jumper, but he did have a lot of misses. And I think his scores were a bit inflated, maybe getting...
Yeah, honestly, there's Samarin, the marking system, deserves nines, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. No nines for me. It's definitely got some, like, some of those extra Russian points.
Yeah.
Yeah, like judge number 6, if you look at his free program, there'd be like a -2, and then she's like +5. It's like, calm down, girl. It was just going, if it was a girl or a woman, man, I'm not sure who it was. But he or she was going off. You need to chill. And the other two, Dmitry Aliev, good programs.
He's a nice skater.
I really enjoy his skating.
Yeah. Do you leave for them?
I leave for his programs.
Yes.
Let's talk about Shoma. After a, can I say disastrous first?
Yeah, no, it was pretty bad.
Okay, it was real. Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah, his first Grand Prix was pretty bad.
Like, crying on the kiss and cry, just looking pretty defeated. He came back to Rostelecom looking a little bit more refreshed. It was nice to see Shoma standing with Stéphane Lambiel with him by the boards.
Yeah, so if you don't know, Stéphane Lambiel, Swiss skater, 2-time world champion, Olympic silver medalist, phenomenal talent in the sport.
And you could see that, like, he's just really trying to talk him through it. He knows that he's going through, like, a rough time. It's transition. They've pulled back on difficulty in the free program, probably for, confidence boost, to skate clean, come out and do his job. And it's actually really nice to see Shoma smiling.
He's figuring out where his next step is, where he can grow. And he's being brave and trying to explore that. It's just he's, willing to sacrifice going to the Grand Prix Final and having a successful Grand Prix season. That being said, I'm sure he didn't really fully hope to skate that way.
I think we'll see Shoma showing up.
So much more of him
at Worlds.
So much more.
Let's jump over to Nam, who finished in 5th at this competition. He will unfortunately not be qualifying for the Grand Prix Final.
You know what? Making the Grand Prix Final is a big thing. It's not everything. And you can't base the way you feel about your skating on whether or not you qualify for the Grand Prix Final always. So I think you're right. He's made some really great strides. Very impressed with his skating this season, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does with this moving into the second half of the season.
Nam, the spicy noodle.
So spicy.
Jumping over to the ice dance, first place, we have Sinitsina Ketsalapov. Second, Paul and Piper. And in third, Sarah and Kirill. So big story here, Piper and Paul finishing second and booking that ticket to Turin for the Grand Prix Final. Their second only Grand Prix Final since 2014, I believe.
It's mind-blowing that it's been 5 years since they've made the Grand Prix Final.
It's actually kind of crazy because they've come out with a lot of good material, but just haven't been rewarded for it.
Yeah.
I think, to me, watching this event, they've really grown even just in the last 2 weeks. Made some tweaks, still in love with that butterscotch costume.
It's delicious.
They look delicious. And to me, I think compared to the first place Russians, Ketsalapov and Sinitsina, I definitely think that Piper and Paul should have had the higher second marks. But that's just me. I find Sinitsina and Ketsalapov, they're good, they're pretty, but it's
And we've talked about this before with them. They do everything right, but I don't feel moved by it. I don't feel like I can't pull my eyes away from the screen. I feel more so like, oh right, it's still happening. There's
Boring.
some magic
It's boring.
missing, right?
It's
yeah,
boring.
okay.
You could say it. It's boring.
All right, it's a little bit
I want
boring.
to fall asleep. But like, you know,
Maybe not that bad, but
it's like, but I honestly I do. But they're hot though, which is good.
it is ice dance. I mean, like, that's half of it. All right, we're going to hop over to the women. Surprise, surprise, another Russian win. Trusova, Medvedeva, and then Mariah Bell. Second bronze medal for Mariah Bell. She was fantastic again. She's looking super strong. We'll see if she makes the final.
Love her free dance.
Yes.
Oh, free program.
Yeah, free. It was more like a free
It was,
dance.
honestly,
I will
it was
give you that.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I cried.
Evgenia looking super solid. The best free program I think we've ever seen from her.
And to do that in front of a home crowd was huge.
Huge, huge. Not to mention there's a lot of anticipation always with her skating in Russia, having moved to Canada to train. And then moving on to Trusova, she won her second Grand Prix, miss on the quad sow, 3 quads landed incredibly. She can't pick up her feet on crossovers.
She cannot cross cut. The only time her leg comes up is when she does an arbitrary kick
Or a quad.
Or a quad.
Yeah.
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 But, you know, she also kind of called out the ISU and the men, saying that she wants to compete with the men because she wants to do them quads in the short program.
Yeah.
Trusova wants all the smoke,
Yeah.
and she's coming for y'all's neck.
Yes. Scary. Just bite your ankles right
Yeah,
off.
right. With Trusova's latest win, that's 5 Grand Prix gold medals for Russia and 5 Grand Prix. Next week, we head to NHK. Will Rika Kiyahara be able to stop the Russian domination of that
Good
gold
luck.
medal?
Moving on, I'm going to change hats.
Yes.
I thought we should match, you know, just like in true pair fashion. Yeah.
Oh, it means so much. All right, pairs.
Boykova and Kozlovsky gold again. Tarasova and Morozov silver, and Haas and Siegert bronze from Germany. Really nice job for them. You know, their first Grand Prix medal, big step. Some nice things. I like the direction they're going in. And, you know, she was crying on the kiss and cry.
Her reaction was really nice this week.
Yes. Let's move into a direct comparison to the two styles of skating between the gold medalist and the silver medalist. I do not think that there is a consistency with the way the second mark is being judged. Because I do not believe...
Welcome to figure skating.
Yeah, well, of course. And I don't want to slander the sport,
love
but
it.
there needs to be more attention to detail with who gets these high marks and the components. Because that Russian team is solid. They do not skate as well as Tarasova and Morozov. They should not be anywhere close to them in components.
Completely agree.
They're just Russian from one element to the next. you know?
Literally, yeah, with bad cross cuts. Lots of skating apart, and again, transitions lacking, and again, we've worked so hard in the sport to make everything more intricate, letting the elements and the program and the emotions all flow together and meld together into a beautiful program with technical difficulty and component difficulty. And to me, I completely agree. They were lacking compared to Tarasova and Morozov.
Just want to give a shout out to the Canadian pair team that was there, Evelyn and Trent, who finished in 6th. They're doing a great job. They keep growing, and it's still early in the season for them. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens at Nationals with our Canadian teams. That's it. That's all we have for episode 5 from Rostelecom Cup in Russia. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you stop in next week for the final stop on the Grand Prix Series in Japan. A lot of exciting stuff's happening.
Yes.
I would say subscribe, but you obviously already have. It's
You're here,
week
you're
5.
watching us.
Everyone's watching.
Yeah.
Everyone's subscribed. Like, who wouldn't?
Later, guys.
Пожалуйста.